Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to night number 3 of SWE Evolution. We're doing well so far. It's been a pretty decent pay-per-view. I've had some issues. We may have some more. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I've got things back on track now, but it's going to be difficult, I think. Right, and here we go straight into our opening match of the evening, and it is for the Women's Junior Heavyweight Championship. However, the game, I don't know, the game's broken, isn't it? We all know the game's broken. For some reason, I can't seem to get the Women's Junior Heavyweight Championship to load, so yeah, you know, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. The belt, the match is for the championship, but the belt doesn't seem to want to load. I've tried it over and over again, and it might, I don't think it's going to work this time. And here we go. I'm looking forward to this. This has been a fun little pay-per-view, this, and it's not finished yet. Of course, we do have another. We've got 2 more nights to you after this one. But tonight is a big match that we hadn't actually announced as yet. And that is going to be AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Chris Daniels in a triple threat match. That is going to be a massive, massive match. Also this evening, we've got Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. And we've got Dean Ambrose versus Diamond Dallas Page. And of course, next we are going to have the Cruiswerweight CHampionship match as well, where Neville will defend against Tajiri and Cara, who won that 30-man Royal Rumble a few weeks back. So, a very interesting card here this evening, and we're starting things off with both our championship matches are actually the opening 2 matches of the card. And that just shows the quality of matches we've got. Ospreay versus Ricochet, you can't say no to, can you really? Ambrose vs DDP, just trying to utilise 2 people that came into the universe mode not too long ago during the Shabby shake-up, and unfortunately there wasn't a lot for them there. They haven't really done much since they came in, so hopefully they can show us exactly what they can do here this evening as well. But talking about people who have been showing us exactly what they can do, Dana Brooke has been on an incredible vein of form over the past month or so, defeating her former partner Charlotte, then defeating Trish Stratus one-on-one as well, which obviously gave her a little bit of traction and made the Junior Women's Heavyweight Champion here, Nikki Cross, pay serious attention. And a little bit of tension between the two soon escalated into a couple of battles. And now here we are with this championship match at SWE Evolution. Why is it called Evolution, you ask? Well, no one's actually asked. I'll say that. Basically, after this pay-per-view is finished, there is going to be an evolution within SWE. It's going to bring the entire of SWE to its core and shake it to its core. And things are going to evolve. Things that weren't working are going to go. New things are going to come in that is going to make these things better. We're going to capitalise on the things that are going well. I think we've had 3 months now to suss out exactly what's going on, myself and PJ Toby, and yeah, we're going to ring in the changes. We really are. Hopefully the changes for the better. You know what? It's been such a big year in WWE that, I know I keep mentioning this for like every episode now, but it's been such a big year in WWE. I think when 2K18 comes out, it's going to be so good because there's so many new people that are going to have to be on the roster, and it's going to end up quite possibly being WWE's biggest ever game. If they want to bring a showcase mode back in, then it's going to actually be a massive, huge roster, because they're going to need to still have enough legends to run the showcase mode, but then they're also going to have to have a full NXT roster as well, and not just NXT. You've got 205 Live roster, you've got some of the UK guys as well going to have to be on there. It's going to be huge, and Nikki Cross would have to be part of that alongside Eric Young, of course, and Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. Peyton Royce, Billy Kay, Ember Moon, Roderick Strong, Hero, Bobby Roode, Almas, No Way Jose, The Authors of Pain, TM61. There's just so many NXT guys that are going to have to be added into that game. It's going to be incredible. And then if you go down the line of 205 Live, you've got Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, Noam Dar, probably your main 3. Well, TJ Perkins, of course, as well. Austin Aries already on here. Neville's already on here. So it's going to be a lot to add. I got a feeling that the UK one might end up being a DLC, you know. I think the DLC of the UK Championship belt with maybe Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Mark Andrews, Trent Seven, and maybe Wolfgang as 5 downloadables, I think is a very strong possibility. It would be a way to try and get some more DLC. We know what 2K are like, we know what Ukes are like.
They want to try and get as much money out of us as they possibly can. I've now paid, because I brought the special edition, which cost about 80 quid, brought the season pass as well, you're looking at about another 30, 40 quid. So I paid over £100 on this game this year, and the problem is, if they do it this year, I'll probably end up doing the same thing again. I'll probably end up getting the special edition again and all that sort of stuff. That's just the way I'll roll, isn't it? I want to make sure I've got everyone, though. That's the thing. You look at some of the DLC over the years, and I'm like, I'm not interested in the DLC. They're all useless. They're not ones that I'm really going to want. But then when you actually look at it, it's like, I end up buying them anyway. We haven't used barely any of the DLC, really. We've not really seen the Godfather. I did bring in Papa Shango in the Shabby Shake-Up, and we haven't really seen Papa Shango at all, either. There's Dana Brooke now launching Nikki Cross over the top. Remember, she can't win... Well, she can win the match by countout, but she can't win the championship by countout. However, Nikki Cross can retain the championship, even if she is counted out. So, depends how Nikki Cross is feeling. But I don't feel Nikki Cross is the sort of person to back away from a fight. I think if there's a fight going, then Nikki Cross will be the first person there involved in it. As Cross now bringing Dana Brooke in with that straight jacket neck breaker. Now, instead of going to capitalise on it, she makes her way up to the middle rope. Sort of getting into the skin of the crowd. I don't think that's a wise move there by Nikki Cross now, just stamping on the back of the leg of Dana Brooke now, stalking Dana Brooke. Cross taking her in for a spinning fisherman's neck breaker into the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and Nikki Cross successfully retains her Junior Women's Heavyweight Championship belt here against Dana Brooke at SWE Evolution. Shame for Dana, she's been in real strong form of recent. But it just was not enough to keep Nikki Cross down. There it is, the spinning fisherman's neck breaker. And unfortunately for Dana, that was just too much for her. I don't know what we do with Dana. I don't know. I'm half tempted to give her a little bit of a boost, you know. I don't know why. Just maybe a little bit of a boost in stats, because I feel like she is possibly a little bit better than what she gets credit for. She's currently a 73 on the game. And the likes of... oh, that's my voice. The likes of Sasha and Charlotte that are around about more than 85, 86, so I don't feel like Dana's that far behind. She should still be behind, but maybe up to a 77, 78 maybe, a bit more realistic for her. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. It'll be part of the evolution. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be DDP versus Dean Ambrose. Interesting one, this. Two guys that have not really had a lot of exposure so far in this universe mode. And this is a chance to prove exactly what they can do. Boom, we're in. We are in. We are in. So yeah, like I said, two guys that have not really had a massive amount of opportunities so far. They both sort of joined the universe mode. Or did they know? DDP's been knocking around for a while, hasn't he? Or did he? No, did I bring him in the Shabby Shake-Up? I can't remember now. I got a feeling I might have brought DDP in during the Shabby Shake-Up, and PJ Toby brought in Dean Ambrose during the Shabby Shake-Up as well. Both guys have had the little opportunity here and there, I suppose, but nothing major. And a chance here on a pay-per-view, mid-card as well, to show what they can do, could really define what happens to them during the Shake-Up. I like DDP, you know. I was never really a fan of DDP at the time. I don't know why. And yeah, I really sort of appreciate it now. It was a bit like Benoit. I never really appreciated how good Benoit was in the ring until I was a little bit older. Maybe that's because I was a bit younger. That's how wrestling works, I suppose. When you're a bit younger, you're enticed by the more exciting wrestlers, the quicker, the faster, that sort of stuff. But a lot of the young people don't necessarily appreciate a good technical-based wrestler. That was the thing with Daniel Bryan. I like Daniel Bryan as his original moveset. He's a man of 1,000 holds and knows a reversal for each one as well, sort of gimmick. And I thought that was really good, and the technicality of his wrestling and getting people to submission holds, and it was really good. But then he sort of changed his moveset completely into this mad flying goat man who just, yeah, literally just ran and launched his body at people. It was a bit of a crazy little moveset he had going on, but I don't know. I just felt like he was a bit better when he was a bit more reserved. And same sort of thing with Zack Sabre Jr. You watch Zack Sabre Jr. and he can out wrestle you quite easily, and he can do a lot of speed and agility stuff, but It's the technical ability. It's the getting people into submission holds and rolling them through into other submission holds and transitioning into different holds. And it's something that with age I've come to appreciate a lot more. When I was younger, I used to just like the guy who could go high paced and fly off and hit somebody. And so I was a big fan of the Undertaker as well. He wasn't necessarily like that. He was a bit more slower, wasn't he, the Undertaker, and methodical. He had the strength, I suppose. But a good old technical wrestler. You don't really take them, and like Triple H, I never liked Triple H at all when I was younger. But now, I'm not going to say I'm his biggest fan now, but I appreciate his in-ring ability a lot more. I appreciate how good of a storyteller he is in the ring, rather than being someone who's going to put on maybe a 5-star match. Well, he can put on a 5-star match, just not in ability, more in storytelling. Like that match, the match between the Undertaker and Triple H at WrestleMania in the Hell in a Cell. That match was a 5-star storytelling match. It wasn't necessarily the most athletic ability match. It wasn't exactly the. It's not going to win any prizes for best dives or anything like that. But as a story, that match was perfect. And like when Shawn Michaels switched and musicked the Undertaker as well, it was just incredible the whole way through. DDP crossbody on Dean Ambrose. Not sure my money's on this one. I think Ambrose is slightly higher rated, but I don't think it's by much. Big spinebuster by Ambrose. Ambrose is someone who's really disappointed me over the last year or so in WWE. He's very much just not moved forward. He's not evolved. He's not developed. He just seems to have found the level and made it his comfort zone. Just doesn't seem to want to leave his comfort zone. He's become very similar to Randy Orton, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Orton does what he does. He's never going to change what he does. He's never going to improve what he does. He literally just will stay exactly the way he currently is. And I hope that's not the way for Ambrose, because Ambrose, I always had in my mind that Ambrose was the one who, he'd come from CZW, he was more knowledgeable about innovative ways to hurt people, and it just doesn't seem to work anymore because everything's always the same every week. And I know that's something to do for the kids, because I believe that younger children find enjoyment in things they recognise. So seeing, for example, Cena's 5 moves of doom is really good because it's the same moves every week, so kids start to recognise those moves and get excited. Wow, sit-out powerbomb there by Diamond Dallas Page on Dean Ambrose was not quite enough to keep Ambrose down, but Page up on the corner taunting. Now stalking the grounded Ambrose, maybe looking here for a diamond cut. He hits it as well. My God, we're on quick matches here this evening, aren't we? If DDP can finish this one off, there's the pin. Was a little bit delayed in going for it. And that could have cost him. That could have cost him. He didn't go straight in for the pin. He was a little bit slow. And that just allowed Ambrose that extra second he needed to recover to kick out of that. Ambrose fighting back now. Dropping a leg drop on the inside of the knee of DDP. Page is back up though. There's the shoulder block taking Ambrose down. Springboards off the rope. Went for the kick, but Ambrose caught the leg into a dragon screw. Very effective move, that one. Ambrose now with a front chancery, pushing DDP away. DDP goes back with the right hand now. Back elbow as well. And a big knee to the face of Dean Ambrose. And there's the elbow drop as well. DDP in firm control of this match, dropping another elbow into the heart of Dean Ambrose. Page now bringing Ambrose back up, takes him back up. We've already seen one of these. The spinning sit-out powerbomb. There's the pin. 1, 2, and still not enough for the 3. DDP is in control of this match, you know. DDP on my roster? Well, there's a diamond cutter. Surely the second diamond cutter is going to be enough here. 1, 2. What on earth? Dean Ambrose is kicked out of 2 diamond cutters now. DDP can't believe it. Gut wrench onto his shoulder, spins and ran into a gut buster. And Ambrose reversing with the arm drag, taking DDP down. Oh, Ambrose was taunting DDP with a rolling forearm, taking Ambrose out. But Ambrose playing possum now, forcing DDP away with his legs. Ambrose taking DDP down once again with another forearm. Off the corner, and he comes with a closed. Oh, that's actually a running punch into a bulldog. Ambrose dropping an elbow. Ambrose catching DDP, looking for a suplex. DDP fighting back. Hoist him up onto his shoulders. Actually quite a good match between these two. I wasn't expecting this match to be quite as good, to be honest. But it does seem to become quite effective. Diamond Dallas Page, he's going to have to win this sooner or later, isn't he? Another powerbomb. 2. Again, only a 2 count. I don't know what he's going to have to do here, DDP. I don't know if he knows what he needs to do here, because it's going to be crazy now, isn't it? I think I missed that. Not quite sure what I missed, but I missed something. DDP now slamming the knee of Ambrose into the mat, and up on the corner DDP goes. It looks like he's lining up for another diamond cutter. Surely the third diamond. There's no way Ambrose is going to kick out the third diamond cutter. Surely. There's the pin. 1, 2. It's all or nothing on this game, isn't it? Thing is, it's just like 1 diamond cutter is realistic. 2 diamond cutters is possible, but out there. A third diamond cutter, that's just a joke. There's the pin. 1, 2. You watch Ambrose win this now, like a vertical suplex. It'll happen, you watch. Ambrose now up on the top turnbuckle. Diving elbow drop, hitting DDP. We've not seen him go yet for a dirty deeds or anything like that, though, have we? Boot across the chest there by Ambrose. Now bringing DDP up to his shoulder, up to his feet, should I say. DDP now dropping the elbows right to the shoulder of Ambrose. Ambrose is really struggling here, but they just can't seem to keep him down, can they? Ambrose in control of DDP now, though. DDP now bringing Ambrose back up. Now with a striking combination to the discus lariat. Pin again by DDP. 2. And there we go. Finally, Ambrose does stay down. And Diamond Dallas Page picks up the victory. A very deserved victory as well, to be honest. He controlled a large portion of this match. 3 spinning power bombs. 3 diamond cutters, and eventually it was that striking combination that finally finished Ambrose off. There's another spinning powerbomb. So many spinning powerbombs, unbelievable. And again, it was only there for a 2. There's another diamond cutter. It was just crazy. I can't believe that Ambrose lasted so long, to be honest with you. I really can't. It's a crazy one. And there it was. That was the discus lariat to finish things off. 1, 2, and then the 3. Boom. It's me. It's me. It's DDP. Good old Diamond Dallas Page. I do like Diamond Dallas Page, and hopefully we can try and integrate him a little bit more when the Evolution comes along. And here we go. It's Cruiserweight Championship time. Tajiri worked his way into this match. If you've not seen a couple of weeks ago on Octane, I did ask you during that episode if you wanted to see Tajiri in this match or not. Unfortunately, I'm actually recording this match before that episode for reasons that will become clear a bit later on. And I've made the executive decision to allow Tajiri to be in this match alongside, of course, Sin Cara and the Cruiserweight Champion Neville. And here we go. Time for the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm looking forward to this one as well, actually. So, of course, Tajiri made his way into this match when he defeated Neville a couple of weeks ago on Octane. It's a bit of a strange episode, really. I was playing Devil's Advocate in that episode anyway. I gave Kalisto the chance to be added to this match when he took on his tag team partner Sin Cara in the main event. Sin Cara was able to win that match. However, a little bit earlier in the card, Tajiri defeated Neville one-on-one. So how can we deny Tajiri a chance at the Cruiserweight Championship when he defeated the champion one-on-one? So it's a bit of a tricky one, really, but there you go. And of course, Sin Cara made his way into this match by winning a 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal on the episode of Octane straight from Shabby Mania, as Tajiri rocking the Becky Lynch entrance there. Yeah, so Sin Cara won. Don't get me wrong, he did enter at number 30 during that Rumble. So it was pretty much laid on a slate for him, really, wasn't it? But there you go, that's the luck of the draw, and the luck of the draw has given this man a Cruiserweight Championship shot, I suppose. But can he do anything with it? That's the question. He defeated, like I said, Kalisto, his tag team partner, a couple of weeks ago on Octane. So it'll be interesting to see if he can continue that reign of good form here to become the new Cruiserweight Champion. At least he's got a nice fast entrance, hasn't he? Now, to make this match a little bit more interesting, I have made it Extreme Rules just to, well, in fairness, every single triple threat match is no disqualification, just by the basis is there's no one you can disqualify, is there really? If you hit someone with a chair, then you can't get disqualified because there's two people. So which one of those two people wins? So it's always no DQ anyway. So, yeah, we've made it the same way. And, of course, here comes our current Cruiserweight Champion, Neville. Had this belt now for a little bit of time. Won it away from Kota Ibushi a couple of months ago. Defended it successfully against Tyler Bate at Shabby Mania. And now here he is with his second Cruiserweight Championship defence. It's going to be interesting to see here if Neville can pull this one off as well. It's a bit trickier for him this time. Having to face off against two men rather than just the one could be tricky, because Neville doesn't even need to be in the ring when the pinfall happens. He could lose the belt while being on the outside and not even being involved in the finish. So it's a tricky one for Neville, this one, and it could be one that he struggles to get his head around as well, because it really could annoy him, couldn't it, really? And I thought the camera got stuck then, there we go. That's what it's all for, the Cruiserweight Championship here. The main belt on Octane at this point in time. Cruiserweight. Referee holds it up high. This referee's like held every single championship now. Tajiri. Sin Cara. And Neville. It's about to go down, people. Bell goes and we are underway. Crucifix bomb there by Sin Cara, but being caught by Neville straight away. Now, is Neville having that same glitch we saw? I don't think he is. We saw a glitch on night number 1, didn't we, where for some reason the Young Bucks attire, which was supposed to be black, and Cody Rhodes attire, which was supposed to be black, started turning light green for some reason. I wonder if that's... I've not used this. This is the second attire of Neville. Oh, clever move there on Kalisto. I think he held on for the pin, but he also dropped Neville on top of Tajiri, so clever double move there by... I said Kalisto, didn't I? Sin Cara. All these masked Mexican wrestlers look the same, don't they? That was a joke, by the way. I'm not like maskist. Neville, look, he's being clever here, Neville, just backing away and allowing Sin Cara and Tajiri to go at it themselves.
Neville now German suplex on Sin Cara, who rolls to the outside of the ring. Now Neville taking Tajiri up as well into a powerbomb, sit-out powerbomb. Big move there. I'm hoping there's no problems with my audio, because I've just noticed that the game recorder seems a little bit further behind than normal. Not much, maybe another half a second. Maybe a second or two, actually. It's normally a little bit behind, but this is really behind now, so I'm hoping my audio is okay. Oh, Neville just about beaten. He managed to catch both Sin Cara and Tajiri there. As Tajiri the boot to the side of the head of Sin Cara. And now Neville taking control of Tajiri. Jumping Hurricanrana. Sin Cara's back up on his feet as well. Neville the forearm. But Sin Cara takes him down with a quick maneuver. And what a story this would be for Sin Cara if he won this. He's literally been sort of parked in the backstage area. We've not really seen him at all apart from the two 30-man rumbles we've done on Octane. And for him to win it and then get himself a championship straight away would be quite a feat for him. Tajiri now to the outside. And it's not a surprise to me that Tajiri would be the first man to go for a weapon. We know what Tajiri's history, of course, with ECW and so forth. And I think he was a hardcore champion in WWE as well. And he was, of course, part of our hardcore show we had a few weeks back to crown our first hardcore champion. Sin Cara heads to the takedown there on Neville. Now all three guys are on the outside. Neville went for the DDT, but Sin Cara reversed it into a Northern Light suplex. Of course, this is an Extreme Rules, but not Falls Count Anywhere, so pinfall and submission must take place inside the ring. Sin Cara backbreaker there on Tajiri. Now Neville Tornado DDT. Sin Cara with the jawbreaker. Now sends Neville back into the ring. We might get some chance to get a victory here now. Tajiri slides back in, as does Sin Cara. Oh, Sin Cara slides in as Tajiri slides out. We're going to get a little bit of back and forth, are we? It's all got a bit crazy now. Come on, Sin Cara, make a decision. Make a life choice. Sin Cara and Tajiri now working together against the current hardcore champion, or the Cruiserweight champion, if you will. I don't think Bam Bam Bigelow really suits the Cruiserweight division, does he really? Tajiri boot to the gut. Now just a face buster off his own knee on Sin Cara. There's the pin. That's what I'm saying. Neville does not need to be involved in the ending to lose his championships. He's going to make sure that he does as much as he possibly can. Running Meteora there by Tajiri on Neville. And now Tajiri locking in the cross armbar, and Sin Cara allowing it to be locked in for a split second, allowing initial damage to be done by Neville, but not enough where Neville could tap out. So clever move there by Tajiri. And Neville once again now just taunting away in the corner. And I wish that had knocked Neville off. That would have been such a good way of doing this game, wouldn't it? Tornado DDT from the middle rope there by Neville on Tajiri. Standing corkscrew moonsault. Sin Cara's on the outside. Neville goes to the pin here. 1, 2. Oh my god, I thought that was it. That was so bloody close. I thought that was it. Neville with a forearm now to Tajiri. Sin Cara's back in from behind Tajiri. Tornado DDT taking Tajiri down, who slides to the outside. I think Tajiri is just happy to get a little bit of respite with the damage done. Now Sin Cara has locked in this armbar. Is Neville going to tap? No, Neville manages to roll through it. But Sin Cara almost had himself a championship there, didn't he? Sin Cara now butterfly. Oh, into it. Went for a butterfly powerbomb, but Neville was able to reverse it into that Hurricanrana. As now Tajiri back in the ring. Tajiri with the Hurricanrana of his own. And Sin Cara drops straight into the pin. And Tajiri not impressed with that, as you can see, just breaking that pin up straight away. Neville slides to the outside. Now it's the two challengers, Tajiri and Sin Cara, inside the ring. Tajiri taking Sin Cara up into a Falcon Arrow. Tajiri now stalking Sin Cara around the ring. Reverse DDT. And can Tajiri take advantage here? Tajiri is going to go outside and get some weaponry. Like I said, that's more his style of play, I think, more than the others. Dragon screw there by Sin Cara. Tajiri has brought a kendo stick into the ring, but dropped it before he had a chance to use it. Well, I think he might have been trying to suplex Tajiri to Sin Cara, sorry, onto that kendo stick. Oh, the strength of Sin Cara with that power bomb. Sin Cara now fighting back Neville. There's the drop kick to the face, and Sin Cara, if he should have gone for the pin there on Tajiri, but he's only for the pin on Neville instead. 1, 2. He knows pinning Neville would be a little bit more spectacular for him to win the championship. Pinning the champion removes all doubt from this triple threat match. Neville, sit out scoop slam. Oh, and Tajiri was up on the corner. But Neville gave Tajiri a little bit of extra time there, not quite sure why. And that's allowed Tajiri to regain control of the match. Neville fights Tajiri away though as Sin Cara starts to stir on the outside. Neville just staring down at Sin Cara. Jawbreaker. I know, I'm pretty sure, I'm aware. I promise I'm aware that I keep saying the wrong person's name over and over again. I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment. Backdrop there by Tajiri on Neville. 2. Ooh. Remember, Tajiri did defeat Neville one-on-one a couple of weeks ago on Octane, so no reason why he couldn't pin him here as well. Sin Cara boot to the back of the leg of Tajiri. And once again, I think he's catching Neville those kicks as well, actually. Sin Cara clubbing blow to the back of Tajiri. If one of these guys can pull off something special, they could win the belt. Release Dragon suplex there by Sin Cara. If he bridged that, he might have got the pin. Neville's down on the outside. And Sin Cara now locking in the armbar on Tajiri. Neville slowly making his way back into the ring, but he saw Tajiri had broken free from the armbar. So he's sort of backing away and allowing Sin Cara that extra bit of time. Insuguri there by Tajiri. Now a backdrop on Neville as well. Tajiri brings Neville back up to his feet. Straight to the turnbuckle, face first he goes. Tajiri going for now, just clubbing Neville over and over again. And now a drop kick to the side of the head of Neville. Tajiri back in the ring, but Sin Cara catches him. Sin Cara taking him up onto his shoulders, into that angle slam variation, into the pin. Neville's down. 1, 2. Oh my god, it's only a 2. It's only a 2. We nearly had a new Cruiserweight champion in Sin Cara, which would be one for the books, because I think he's a much lower rating than these two. Sin Cara rolls to the outside, allowing Neville and Tajiri in the middle of the ring now. Neville brings Tajiri back up to his feet. Into the corner he goes. Quite sure what Neville's got planned here. Takes Tajiri up. Why is Neville? Oh no, Neville. Neville. Heel Neville is lethal. Oh my god, superplex to the outside. Oh, that's done so much damage to Neville's back, but even more to Tajiri. Tajiri's barely even moved since he's been out there. Neville now bringing Tajiri back up to his feet, throws him back into the ring, but Sin Cara's also up. Now surely it's just a case now of either Sin Cara or Neville just picking Tajiri off, but as you can see, Neville dropping back into the corner, regaining a little bit of energy while Sin Cara does some more damage to Tajiri. Oh, Sin Cara taking Neville down, landing him on top of that kendo stick, and once again as well. Sin Cara goes for a pin here. He could win this one. As Tajiri, how is Tajiri even stirring? Let alone getting back up to his feet. I cannot believe that. Sin Cara now taking Tajiri up. Went for a powerbomb, but... oh, I saw Neville picked up that kendo stick, but Tajiri catching Neville now. Neville fighting back into a stroke. Oh, Tajiri's neck hit that middle rope. And a boot to the chest there by Neville as well. Neville's not gone for a single red arrow yet, I'm a bit surprised about. I think he might have used up his finishing maneuvers with that superplex to the outside, to be honest. But Neville's got every chance of winning this one now. Tajiri's taken so much damage, and Neville is going to go for a deadlift German. Is he going to bridge? He does. That could be all. 1, 2, and no, it's not. How is Tajiri doing this? He's been brutalized, Tajiri, in this match. Jawbreaker by Tajiri on Neville. Went for a code breaker, but I think Sin Cara blocked that one. Not quite sure he meant to do it, but Sin Cara taking Tajiri down with a suplex. Neville now heading to the top. Thought he might look for the red arrow there, but Sin Cara catching Neville. Neville fighting Sin Cara back. Big drop kick by Neville. Now this could be the opportunity. Neville heading to the top. Tajiri's down on the outside, starting to stir. Neville with a red arrow. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no! How? How was that not a free count? I cannot believe that was not a free count. I really can't. Neville with a jawbreaker down to Tajiri, and I think Neville is starting to bring these two guys to an end now. And I can't see Neville winning this unless one of these other two guys can steal the pin on the other one. Tajiri needs the face of Neville. Neville slides to the outside as Tajiri now and Sin Cara. Sin Cara rolling through, catching Tajiri in the pin. Can he steal it? 1, 2. Oh my god, he's done it! Sin Cara's just stolen the Cruiserweight Championship! Oh my god. I could not believe that. Could not believe that. Brand new Cruiserweight Champion then in Sin Cara. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's actually not bad, in my opinion, because I know what's coming in the future. But Sin Cara is the new Cruiserweight Champion. And as I said, it looked like Neville was in control for such a long period of time. And if anyone was going to win it, they're going to have to steal that belt with a cheeky little pin. And that's exactly what Sin Cara did. Sunset flip over the top of Tajiri, rolled him up into the pin. Neville never took the pin to lose his belt, so he's going to be unhappy with that. But will he get a chance to try and fight for it back? That's what we'll find out later on in the Universe mode. And here we go, our next match of the evening. Will Ospreay takes on Ricochet. And here we go. Which of these two men will be classified the king of the cruiserweights here this evening in night number 3 of our SWE Evolution pay-per-view? First is going to be Mr. Will Ospreay himself. I think I'm starting to get back on track with this now. I know, as I mentioned the last few days, I've had a bit of problems with the game. My save files got deleted. I had to re-download everyone. I think I'm almost back up to where I should be now, which is good. I think I've got everyone I need to get. And we're going to get everything back up and running. I need to do some more of the championships. It's been pretty good with the championships, actually. I've been trying to look back on old videos and recreate them, and it's actually gone a lot better than what I expected. But yeah, like I said, we are going to be having the Evolution very, very soon, and it's going to be interesting. Let's just leave it at that. And I know interesting seems to be my my catchphrase. So Will Ospreay in the ring is going to be joined now by King Ricochet himself. Two guys who I am massive fans of, but both of them don't seem to have done a huge amount so far in this Universe mode. And where are they in the Universe mode anyway? Oh, that's a loud noise, isn't it? I apologise for that loud noise there, ladies and gentlemen. That was me trying to grab a piece of paper that was currently stuck underneath another piece of paper that just made a horrible noise. Sorry, I'm just digging for my... I've got so much paperwork on the go at once. It's amazing, I've got all these bits of paperwork all printed off all over my desk. And then just randomly in the middle, I've got a signed Ricky the Dragon Steamboat picture. Just randomly in the middle of everything. He's not on there as well, is he? No, he's not on there. Where has he ended up then? I am very confused right now. Very, very confused. I didn't forget him, though. Oh, that could be bad. No, I kind of forgot him.
Okay. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'm going to have to figure this one out. Let me text PJ Toby, see if he knows. So I've lost my... I'm trying to remember where Will Ospreay should be going, because... See, I've lost... Oh, he went for a red arrow there. Yeah, I've lost a lot of my paper. I got rid of a lot of my paper. I'm going to have to go through my old videos and try and make sure that all the rosters are right as well. See if PJ remembers drafting him originally, see where he went. I've got a feeling that I've got him, haven't I? It's been so long since we did that draft now that I can't remember who's bloody who. The rosters are far too big, aren't they? I think that's one of the biggest problems we've got at the moment in this universe mode. The rosters are far too big. And it is causing lack of opportunity for certain people. And yeah, it's a shame, because I want to try and get as many people involved as possible in this universe mode. But at the same time, I don't want to overdo it. Ospreay, quick roll through, taking Ricochet down. Ospreay now stamping on the stomach of Ricochet now. Hoisting around the back into a camel clutch submission, middle of the ring. Damaging the back of Ricochet could be a good thing here for Will Ospreay. Might reduce his current attack power. Attack power. He's got to be around here somewhere. I've got some paperwork here, I just don't... I'm confused. He's definitely somewhere, isn't he? Can't lose Will Ospreay. He's one of the main men. Ricochet now dragging. Was he gonna? Wow, that was a bit of a confusing little moment there, wasn't it? Really, bit glitchy. Sorry if I'm still making noise with this paperwork. I apologise. I just want to make sure I've got the details correct. And this is a good high-flying match here between these two. Like I said, two of the best in the world at high-flying. Ospreay's up top already. He's not going to go for it. He knows he's going to get the inverted 450. Yes, no, Will Ospreay is there. Okay, Will Ospreay is on throwdown. Okay. I know what I'm doing now. I know what I'm doing. Ospreay now bringing Ricochet back up to his feet. Sends him into that far side. Lifts him up. Oh my word, into that big Trouble in Paradise kick. Ospreay with the pin. This could be very short. 1, 2. Oh my god, it was close, that was. Close, close, close. As Ospreay's back up top again. Into the diving Hurricanrana. Ospreay's dominating this. Ospreay bounced off that far side into that kick to the back of the head. There's the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Drop kick to the back by Ospreay. Now standing Spanish fly. Ospreay's dominating Ricochet here. Standing corkscrew moonsault as well. Bringing Ricochet back up to his feet into the arm drag takedown. Ricochet bringing Ospreay back up now. Can Ricochet take an advantage and gain a little bit of momentum, a little bit of aggression here? Ricochet sending Ospreay away from the corner. Big drop kick. Basement drop kick. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Such a good match between these two. It really is. Ricochet now bringing Ospreay back up to his feet as well. And a standing Spanish fly of his own. Now Ricochet heading up top. Does he have a 680 senton in his arsenal here? He went for it and he got caught by that big kick once again by Ospreay. Wow, that could finish this match off. 1, 2.
and Ospreay's done it. My word, Will Ospreay. Dominant performance. Very dominant performance. Now, what will the evolution hold for Will Ospreay? I can tell you it's going to be good. I know that already because I've already done it. Evolution is going to be cracking for Will Ospreay. I'm looking forward to that, I really am. That was the worst thing about my files being deleted when they were, is that I've had to now not only match everything and try and get everything back to where it was, but also bring in the changes we're looking for the evolution of SWE as well. It's been a lot of pain in the backside stuff going on, to be honest with you. But hopefully now we are through the worst of it. And if we keep getting top quality matches like this, well, of course, you know what our main event is. I announced our main event earlier on this evening. It's going to be amazing. You guys stick around for the main event here this evening. It is, of course, going to be Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Chris Daniels. And that is coming up right now. And here we go, then, main event time. As it has promised, Joe, Styles, and Daniels. And here we go. I've been looking forward to this match for ages. Ever since PJ Toby said that he wanted to do this, I was like, yes, you're right, we have to do this. Have to get this done. It was an incredible idea, and the match is just going to be insane as well, let's face it. Of course, if you've not seen this match before, it was essentially done years ago. I think it was, I'm going to show my nerdness off here if I can remember this right. Unbreakable 2005, TNA. The first time the X Division had ever been featured as the main event as a pay-per-view. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, an undefeated Samoa Joe at the time, and Christopher Daniels. Three guys who were at the real peak of TNA. TNA at that sort of point in time was very much based around, well, it was sort of had its big names in the main event, but it was almost like the big main event names were to bring people in, and the X Division's what stuck them around. It's a bit like what the idea is supposed to be of WrestleMania. The idea of WrestleMania is they bring in the big names, such as your Lesnar and your Goldberg and your Undertaker and Sting and Triple H and that, to bring the casual fans in because they're recognizable names. And the idea is for guys like AJ Styles to steal the show and keep the fans around. That's the idea. And that's very much what TNA were doing with the X Division, and these three guys were at the forefront of that. Many-time X Division champion between the three of them. So I'm just looking at some stuff I've got planned for you guys in the future. I think you'd be pretty pleased with it, actually. It is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be very different. But it's going to be very good, I promise you that. So what is that? Okay. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I like it. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Bum, 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 bum. Good old Samoa Joe. Real dominant force in WWE at the moment, and somebody who I think is just going to go from strength to strength, and I'm hoping... See, the problem is, it's not necessarily a problem. We've got Lesnar, we've got Joe, we've got Strowman all on the same roster. I want to just get Reigns out the way and let those three guys collide, because it would be incredible. Those three guys, big, bulky guys, when they collide, it's going to go down. Shit is going to get real when those three hit. It really is. And I really want to see Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar as it is anyway. And I believe that Strowman versus Lesnar might have been the plan. But of course, with Strowman's injury... See, I'm sure I read somewhere, right? And you guys can back me up on this, but I'm sure I read somewhere that Strowman's injury was going to keep him out for 6 weeks. After the surgery, WWE is saying 6 months. Now, are WWE using 6 months as a lie, basically, to try and bring him back in 6 weeks and say, wow, look at Braun Strowman. He came back 2.5, 3... No, he came back much more than that. He would have come back 3.5 months early from an injury that should have kept him out for 6 months. Is that what they're trying to do? I'm assuming it probably is what they're trying to do. This is going to be good, this. This is going to be good. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. The rematch of all rematches. Didn't they try and do this again, didn't they, a few years after? Maybe like 2010, well, when the company was dying down a bit, they tried to recreate this. Now, I can't remember if it worked or not, but I don't think it was ever going to be as good as the original. Now, I have made this an Extreme Rules as well, just so there is no limits in this match, and it's very much what the X Division was about. No limits. Wow, Samoa Joe, big clothesline right to the back of Christopher Daniels, who, of course, hasn't been part of this universe mode for very long. Came in during the Shabby shake-up. Both Styles and Joe were in from the very beginning. Styles and Joe working together here. Joe holding Christopher Daniels up. The current Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, Christopher Daniels, as well. Well, as me recording this video anyway. I do realise that I'm actually recording this video about a week ahead of time. So it's very possible that he may no longer be that champion. You know, things like that happen, don't they, in this game? So Daniels on the outside, allowing Joe and Styles to go at it in the middle. Saito suplex there by Joe, taking Styles down. Now Joe looking for that back senton, and I think he managed to catch Daniels with his knee as he ran past as well. Daniels taking Joe up on his shoulder, showing his strength now into a Death Valley driver. Joe rolling straight to the outside, and Daniels looking to continue the assault now on AJ Styles, running dropkick right to the face, and a boot to the back of AJ Styles as well, and a big kick to the gut. Daniels is up on the middle rope as Styles is slowly making his way back up to his feet. Daniels crossbody taking Styles down. Joe comes back into the ring. Oh, straight up behind Daniels and just folds him in half with that Saito suplex. But then Styles catching Joe with a running clothesline as well. Joe avoiding Styles, catching him straight jacket German suplex. And you've always got to keep an eye behind you, because this is just, it's just constant, isn't it? As soon as you get control, you get caught from behind. Oh, Daniels looking for the Koji clutch. Styles very much got his back to the action at the moment. Now Styles does break up the submission. But Daniels catching Styles with that boot to the calf now, just forcing his foot right into the face of AJ Styles. Daniels now continuing to pummel Styles in the corner. Styles rolls out the ring, trying to avoid any more damage. Probably a wise thing. You allow Daniels to get the time in his middle of the ring alone with, wow, Styles is out, and Joe's just taken a big power. Sorry, I went speechless there for a second. Not because it was a surprise that Daniels was in a position to win the match, but more because it was going to be quite a short match. But evidently not enough damage is done to Joe yet. Styles is back in now and gets caught by Daniels. Daniels sending Styles into the corner. Spins him round. They're going to hoist him up in the Tree of Woe. And Daniels now forcing a foot right into the face of Styles. Daniels running SDO on Samoa Joe. Joe rolling to the outside now, allowing Daniels to continue his assault on AJ Styles. And he rolls him over for the pin. Daniels the only man to go for a pin so far, and he's had 2 and a 1 count. Big boot into the gut there by Daniels and Styles, and went for the boot to the back as well, but Styles avoids it. Daniels now sending Styles into the corner. Daniels taking Styles down into a single leg Boston Crab. Submission hold locked in here, but Joe's across. Not urgently, because he knows he'll have a bit of time before Daniels would have kicked out of it, but allowing a little bit of damage to be done to Daniels as well. Joe just crushing Styles in the corner, raking his foot across the face, but Styles able to kick out as well. Yeah, this was an amazing match back in the day. If you ever get a chance to watch it, if you've got like the TNA network, which I'm not sure a lot of people have, or I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it on YouTube probably quite easily, but yeah, Daniels versus Styles versus Samoa Joe. If you've not seen it from Unbreakable 2005, I think it was, definitely worth a watch. It was probably the best match in TNA's history. I don't remember many matches being better. I think there might have been Angle versus Joe in a steel cage was a very good match in 2006, maybe, I think that was. Daniels is going to win though. I'll tell you what, one of my favourite matches in TNA history, and this might take a lot of people by surprise,
Maybe not PJ Toby, because I think he has the same idea of this as me. But Gail Kim, I think, was it Gail Kim? Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell in that ladder match was incredible. It really was incredible. Oh, I think Daniels has got this, you know. I think he's got this. Joe's on the outside down, catching Styles with the DDT. He's got it. Christopher Daniels picks up the victory. Now, I've got a feeling, I'm probably going to get this wrong now. I've got a feeling the original match was won by Samoa Joe because he was undefeated at the time. But this one's been won by Christopher Daniels, and that probably makes Christopher Daniels, I don't know, a bit more interesting moving into this evolution of SWE. What could this mean for Christopher Daniels? Where might Christopher Daniels lie his hat at the end of all this? We'll have to find out, but that is a very good victory for him. And to be honest, he's the only man who looked like he was going to win the match. Both Styles and Joe did a bit of damage to each other, but it was Daniels who dominated from start to finish, really. As you see there, a quick question for you guys that are still watching this point in time. Do you want to keep the replays on? I had the replays off before. Or should I switch the replays back off? It's up to you. I'm not bothered either way. Sometimes it's a little bit boring because you're just watching the same stuff over again, but it's not too bad if it's short and sweet, but sometimes they do go on a bit, don't they? Who knows? But there we go. Massive win here for Chris Daniels. It's going to make him, I think it's going to give him a nice little boost forward going into our next part of this universe mode, our new evolution of this universe mode. There we go. That is the end of tonight's show. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit that like button and of course subscribe as well for some more. And we'll be back in a couple of days' time for night number 4 of SWE Evolution and our first big main championship match. I think it's Throwdown, isn't it? Yeah, it's Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kazuchika Okada in a couple of days' time for the Throwdown Championship. That'd be damn good. I'm looking forward to that as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for some more SWE Evolution. Yeah, SWE Evolution. Bye.